All right, what's up, YouTube? Can everyone hear me? All right, I'm assuming this is going. So, this is my good friend Shane. This is where I get a lot of my fish from.
Everybody?
Yeah, this is Carson. You guys know Carson. Yeah, but we just thought we was eating dinner, hanging out over here, barbecuing, and thought we would go live today. And might as well introduce this guy. So I got some questions ready for him. Let's ask him. So what got you into the fish hobby?
Well, what got me into the fish hobby was basically I was a bad boy. High school, I was in and worked in a restaurant. And you know, when you work in the restaurant industry and then you get into the bars for the extra money, you get into bad things, alcohol, drinking a lot, wasting a lot of money on useless stuff.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. But I mean, excessively is not that
right.
You know, it's not that
okay.
Great. But yeah, I decided to change my life around and sober up and not do so much. So focus on work. I needed something to take my mind off going out and having the limelight in the bars and stuff. So ended up picking up a hobby. And my father was actually a breeder back as I was growing when he was in high school.
Oh, what was he breeding?
He was an egg scatterer kind of guy. So tetras, barbs. So he was part of the Honolulu Aquarium Society back when he was in intermediate and high school. And then so that kind of clicked a spark in my head to start getting really serious into that. So I think that me and my other half has been together for August makes 10 years. So I was seriously in the hobby for about straight 8.5 years. So that kind of what really cleaned me up was the hobby from the drinking and needing to stop. So that kind of occupied me to think about going out and drinking and just kind of settling the life down.
That's good. That's good.
And I started that about when I was about 27. So
okay.
So I really cleaned up my act around 27. And yeah, I mean the hobby has been immense stress relief for me. And it's made me change the aspect of life and how to react to people. You know, I mean, every hobby has drama. We always talk about that, but it's really changed me. You know, changed the mindset of myself.
Right on. Okay, let me just say some hi to some people real quick. I see Pam is in the stream, Candy, Bob, Chewy, Ciclets, 23, Dan, Daryl, Fancy, Tail Aquatics, Jess, what's up? Hey, Lisa, Maria, Evelyn, Patricia, Exotics, Quantum Star, and Ricky. What's up?
Lisa called us three stooges earlier.
Right on. Oh, my lights just turned off.
Yeah, just turned off now.
Let me go turn them back on. Hold on.
All of your fish on.
We got a special guest, Jesse Dogs.
But that's interesting. So what kind of made you transition into like the selling side of things?
So I started off in a three-bedroom condo. I started off with 7 tanks. So that 7 tanks consisted in just my room when me and my other half started dating each other. So it started off in our room, and then it kind of worked its way out into the living room area of the condo. And then it was getting kind of addictive, I gotta admit. So as years passed by, I mean, you know, living in Hawaii, we gotta live on a budget. Prices is not that cheap here in Hawaii. So I decided to start off, you know, check out what it's like to import. So I obtained a business license and started importing from a couple mainland big farms out in Florida. And I think I picked up in California, but I didn't really use them. So 2 in Florida, I was using Nautilus Marine Wholesale.
Okay.
And then Seagrass Farms. A lot of, I probably bet you.
I've heard of Seagrass, yeah.
So I was picking up a lot of fish from them. the quality was pretty good. I mean, I was pretty impressed with Seagress's one. And then I moved to Nautilus. Yeah, I was just bringing it for personal. So it was just basically
just for personal.
Yeah, so it's basically personal. And then a lot of people was like, oh, Shane got an import permit. You know, that people started asking. And then one of the keepers that was a consistent, like I would bring in for me and him all the time. He was like, hey, why don't you start, bringing in to sell? So I started bringing it to sell. And then it kind of, the big spark happened to me was like, how do I get fishes at a very, very cheap rate so I can supply people with affordable prices? Because the pet stores is expensive. I mean, we all know that,
Right.
So
that's why I go to you, because you beat their prices like, wow. It's all about
for me, it's more so like it's a hobby thing. I want it to be in the hobby. I want, I mean, my kids, I mean, I hope they would pick up the hobby. My daughter loves fish.
Oh, she does? Okay.
Yeah, so she loves fish. So it's the eventual part of just like, prices are, expensive, and you start hearing the kids at Haskell, this is expensive. They were only getting the deals at Haskell, but not a lot of the guys in there were breeding fishes that people wanted. There was a lot of, you see a lot of guppies.
Right. Anybody can breed guppies.
Yeah, anybody can breed guppies. That's easy. I mean, but you look at Jesse's gallery over here. He has some, rare fishes. And so that part was what sparked me to go big. So when I moved from down, I think you only been to my upper side when we was back in the valley.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we used to live down on the lower side, on the main Mamo, where you guys were before you turned.
Okay, I never knew that.
Okay. Yep. We used to live over there, and I had the garage. The garage was wall-to-wall tanks. So I had about 46 tanks.
Oh, wow. So it was a bigger setup back then.
Yeah.
Oh.
But even at the upper model place, remember I had downstairs and had the side of my house upstairs, and in the front of the house.
Yeah. So how many setups was over there?
I think I counted when I started breaking down everything. It was like
20. Was more than that.
20 was inside the.
20 was just downstairs.
25 was downstairs.
Oh, okay.
And then had the aisle, the 4 cubes.
So it must have been around almost 42 then.
Yeah, it was like the mid 40s because including the tubs where all the guppies, I kept the guppies and a lot of the goldfish and stuff like that. So that the affordable part is what sparked the whole big international. It was just sparked the big international thing to go directly to the source, cut out the middlemen that already dabbled touched about 45 hands, because even the people that I deal with, I'm already second or third hands into it. So by the time it hits Hawaii, we're talking is like maybe 8 people touched it already.
Yeah.
So the markup has been going already. And people got to make their money. People's got to make their living. So I just thought of a way to make it more affordable.
Yeah. That's crazy that I can pay like $2 for a fish and it actually made everybody's money down the line.
Oh yeah, and it's not very much. I've told you guys in the past, and I've told a lot of people that I'm not planning to be a millionaire off this thing or buy a brand new house outright in cash or drive a Maserati or something. It's just something to continue to for somebody like Carson, to drive them to continue the hobby, because it starts with us and it continues on, and then that's where the passion came from. It's just the drive.
Cool. All right. So, what is your favorite fish of all time?
There is quite a lot of fishes that I love, and I've got to say, a lot of people would probably say like a gold crossback Asian arowana or something. But my all-time best fish is the macrostoma wild beaver. The Brunei beauty. Those buggers were like, I was just so fascinated with them.
How big are they? They're like pretty big.
The biggest one I had, the male was about 3.5, 4 inches. The male.
The biggest I see.
We got guests, everybody.
It's Kelsey, everybody.
The biggest I see. Okay, so the first one was that pair at Pets Plus or no, Pets Plus.
Yeah.
Like this big and like 300 for the pair, 340 for the pair. Then I went to Japan, saw them for a little bit smaller, around the same price.
Yeah.
So I never seen them real small. I seen them at Aquarium Corp for really small, and I thought that's how much big they only get because that's all I've seen, right? So I didn't know it was a macrostoma at Pets Plus. So I
But you
mean,
need a bigger tank for them. They're like
No, actually, I was breeding my macros in a 30-gallon.
yeah. To me, that's a bigger tank because like like regular betas, like, you can do. Like,
I mean,
10
you
gallons.
could do it in a 10.
Yeah.
people don't have questions.
You could do it in a 10 actually.
Oh really?
If you're specifically breeding, but I just had them in there for like a black water tank basically. So a lot of leaf litter, a lot of hiding spots for them, and I was actually using PVC pipes to actually breed them.
Why? What do you use the pipes for?
See, well, the male tends to hide when he's holding his.
Their mouth.
So they're mouth brooders.
Oh.
That's what fascinated me
cool.
about them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're what is they call it? They're native to Brunei. That's why they call them the Brunei beauty. What fascinated me about them was they were the mouth breeding type.
And I've heard it's pretty hard to breed. Like they're hit or miss. Some people can't breed them.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was having a very, very hard time in the beginning to breed them, and actually, Nicholas Olinsky was actually the one who gave me pointers on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he said he's tried. He's never had success. I mean, I think he said he had success, but his clutches were very small.
They're small.
But
Oh,
what fascinated with me was people had the hardest time breeding to get the male to actually release the babies out of his mouth.
Oh, like they might hold, but then after.
No, like the smallest scare would he would swallow the whole batch.
oh.
So that was the fascination. It was the drive for the hardship.
It's a challenge.
It was a challenge for the thing.
And it's a gorgeous fish.
If I can spell it, Lisa. Which I beta macros.
What is that? Is
Macro.
asking a question?
STOMA.
Oh yeah, I guess not that hard.
But I'm actually getting some wild betas from someone from the mainland. Pretty soon. They're I forgot what they're called, but they're like miniature macrostomas.
Yeah,
the one with like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have like
You
I
used to
think I
have
have
those?
2 pairs
So you still
and I
have them?
have 6 juvies.
You have it
It's
right
okay,
now?
Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I
You
have
never
a
tell me.
I have
Can
a
you breed
pair
them?
inside. Well, I mean, nobody really asked me about it. Actually, you know what? 808 Guppies.
Chelsea?
808 Guppies on Facebook. He was the one that actually had posted it on Facebook and I snatched it up.
Oh, okay. So people have it.
Oh yeah, no, he had it.
So they're here on the island.
Yeah,
I mean, the other one that starts with a C, I don't know. It looks very
there's
similar.
you know what? There's actually a lot of several types of wild betas, mouth brooders actually,
Yeah.
which is nice. I mean, you got the egg layers and then the nesters, and then you got the mouth brooders.
Which one are the alien betas?
No, that's the
That's the beta I want.
Mahachai.
Yeah.
Andre down here, there's a breeder down here. He said he didn't really have much success with them.
Oh, okay. I just want them. I just want like a pair of these because I think they're beautiful.
There's also the embellis. The embellis is also a nice wild type. There's a lot of wild types. There's the red wine. You got the coquinas. I mean, I can go through a list of like 30 of them.
Dan mentioned the coquinas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very nice. There's very, very nice wild types out there. The wine reds and the coquinas is probably one of the nicest reds out there. There's the blues.
Yeah, I know someone on YouTube that has like 52 different wild species of beta. She just lives in an apartment building. So I don't know how she does that.
Well, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
Beetles is very fun. It's a great starter fish to start breeding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of us started somewhere. Actually, I started in the rivers.
Right.
What do you mean?
Like just stuff that you can catch.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Red Devils, Jack Dempsey's, Green Texases. What is that?
We have them in these rivers over here. Oh yeah. What
Come
river
on.
you go?
The mouth of Paloma and Mano. The one that meets the copy line right underneath Britannia. Before the Humane Society.
Oh.
Sorry, get the little parking lot and the condos.
We should go catch one day.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
No, it's fun. I see the pole. Sleeper gobies are over there.
Okay.
Oh.
And then the sand freshwater gobies. Nice.
You ever seen those gobies with like that the
Not on Oahu. They're not on
orange
Oahu.
tails? No.
They're only
No,
on Big Island and Maui.
There's Kauai too.
Kauai.
Yeah, Big Island. You know who you gotta talk to is Stacy Pets. Stacy Ursa.
Well, she can get. She can
He
get
Stacy is a guy. He can get them. He
want to
actually
look at the tent.
at the top.
The mountain.
Really far up.
Daddy,
Oh, I've been to
That sounds
that.
expensive then.
I've been to that store. That's where I got my
Okay.
shoot
I'll show
the library, the
Okay.
Mecca Splendens. I got it from Stacy's Pets on the Big Island. I brought it back.
Beta Splendens is a very wide strain.
Okay.
Oh,
So
we copied
wait,
it down.
My
We're
wife says
copying
we're
down.
not answering any questions. So
I copied all the questions I caught.
alright. Let's
Okay, so let's get
ask-
to your guys'
Go ahead.
questions.
You can
first.
ask her.
Oh, okay. So I gotta see. I should be ready. Who said it? Sorry. But anyway, someone asked. I thought imports were tough to get. You guys, much less Seagrass Farm shipping them. I'm going to see them in about 4 weeks.
Okay, so the thing about Hawaii's import list is that we're outdated. Okay,
Yes.
Now
Yeah,
it's
I
now-
hate this. I hate
now
this.
it's about not really manipulating it.
creative.
No, not even that. I mean, there's actual things like
stay in the
okay.
family.
No, because you know what? Actually, the blue phantom pecos and the green phantom pecos is on the list. It's just gotta do the research. So you know when I was importing from when I was up at the top of Manoa,
Mhm.
I would spend at least an hour and a half before I started importing. Before I finalized my order.
Researching if they're on the list and
Yes.
how you can get it on the list
Yes.
right now.
Yeah. So I mean,
But you
you
can
know,
get it in as
the Gobies, Gobies, the whole genus is approved.
Yeah.
you're right. But I
So-
made that mistake and
Yeah.
assuming because something was sold as some kind of goby.
Indian
So I was like,
goby.
oh yeah, it's a goby days, and they're the whole
Well, no,
family.
you gotta
And then
actually look
and
at
then,
the genus.
they took it away.
You gotta look
They
at the
sent back
genus.
the whole box because of that one fish.
Oh,
we're getting
yeah.
we're getting like mud skippers. What pipe? Oh, not like fish.
So a lot of people think that, I mean, like that question, I mean, a lot of people think that we're limited, but it's about not manipulating, but researching and doing this list and having the seller be open-minded
To work
to
with you,
changing,
right.
that not being so closed-minded.
Right,
Oh, this is what it's labeled as. I gotta send it as this.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's about.
I totally agree. Yeah.
All right. What kind of dog do you have?
What kind of dog do I
No,
have?
this is Jesse's.
Oh,
Jesse's dog.
That white dog. Okay, I don't know. It's like the mother is a Shih Tzu Pomeranian, and the dad is a Tibetan Spaniel. So that white one is their son.
Oh, 808 Guppies is here. The guy with the betas, right?
Yep, that's him.
Which one? The aliens?
No. That's the one with the one that Jesse's getting. The Garama. Sorry, guys, I'm bad with scientific names.
No. Alright.
Try follow that. Whoever that is.
808 Guppies.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Never met you before.
Yeah, me too.
he's getting into goldfish now. We were just
Getting into
chatting before we
goldfish?
came over. We were chatting about goldfish because the shipment just came in this
Oh.
past whatchamacall.
Oh yeah. So what did you get today?
So let me see. So the red coral prince fish that I brought for you
You
guys.
got it today?
I had a second batch come in.
Oh, okay.
The red devil angel fish.
Oh, those are nice. Those are nice. Yeah.
3 different species of the killifish. So the gold Austria.
Or you bought
Austria
more of
came-
them in.
Well, the gold Austria didn't even come in. The last
Okay.
shipment.
Okay.
So that came in this shipment. The blue looks like the gardeneri, but a blue version came out of that. I forgot the scientific species name of it. I know it's a Northobronchius.
Oh, that one. Yeah, we're
it's,
searching up. That's an annual one.
Yeah, it's an annual one. What else I got?
That's my favorite. That's
Looks
that,
wise, right?
yeah.
They look
For me,
nice.
that's like my favorite type of fish. Any like killifish part of that like lower branches
Oh,
family. Like, yeah.
No, you haven't been gotten into the dwarf killifishes. So the black pearl. Remember the black pearls that I had? That
He had that too, right? Wasn't yours
the
the
black
pearl?
pearl.
Yeah, those are
killifish.
super nice.
Yeah, those
are
are
super
like
nice.
whole.
Or the
Those,
Spectralibis.
oh yeah,
that was
Mhm.
super nice.
those ones are
That's
nice.
what I want to get into. I want to just get into breeding those guys because like they're super nice. Like looks wise, they're my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, killifish are very easy to breed.
I can't see you or shame.
Oh, you can't.
You
Oh,
need to be closer.
oh.
Okay.
Okay, wait,
Squeeze
squeezing
in.
in. Sorry, guys.
My bad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks to Jesse's wife. She's like
She's like regulating.
yeah, she's the director and
She
producer right
turned
now.
on the light just now. Tell us to scoot in.
Where we left off?
Oh,
Killifish.
Oh, we would know what I brought in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
that red devil angel fishes, rancho goldfish, blue orandas.
Actually, my dad wanted goldfish, so I should tell him he brought some in.
oh.
wait,
You never
yeah.
sell out, huh? You still get.
No, I
You sold out.
You met
Next time,
808.
next
You met 808 Gobies. You brought Dumbo Red Mosaics from your trio.
Oh, he bought from us before.
What?
Is that what he's saying?
What's
Oh,
up?
okay, okay. Right. Next time I meet you, point me out.
What else I brought in? Electric blue rams. Very cool.
Electric blue ram.
I brought in some more dwarf chain loaches.
How are those selling?
Good. Troy bought most of it. And then I think that a couple other people had.
Are they breeding them? Are they even breedable? Loaches are pretty hard to breed, huh?
Botillos is in general. There's a guy in California that actually breeds clown roaches.
Really?
All right.
Yeah, I mean it was put up on Facebook in
Right.
one of the groups that
Hold on.
there's a guy that breeds clown roaches in the mainland, and he
That's
has
pretty
like
impressive.
from like inch to like 12 inches. I mean he has some big guys, but
Do they have to be that big to breed? you
no,
think?
he's actually. When I was watching his YouTube clip, I think he was saying like the big. He's got them to breed at like 14 inches, but they can get like what, like 18 inches,
Yeah.
18
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
20 inches. But
So how much do they sell at that big? They're like more than that.
that's like the actually you actually asking the wrong person. I can tell. I mean, well, we've seen the prices here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some crazy prices. I've seen like 16-inch clown roaches going for like $350, and I was selling for $100. Okay, you can't ask me that question anymore.
Okay, so they can go for 350.
Yeah, they can go pretty high. I mean, even in the main. I mean, I guarantee you, some of the viewers probably can, vouch for that. Like some of the pet stories is like, they're probably gonna get mad at us. I start calling you up and telling you, hey, can you hook me up with
Hey, you
your
know that
friend?
guy?
Can you hook me up with your friend? He
No
got
bother
you
me,
friends.
no bother me. I don't have time for this.
What else did I get? So the coral pencil fish, I got those.
Yeah, I picked up 4 of those today.
Yeah,
It's
you
in
got
the
that
bag
right
now.
America,
The American
Oh.
flagfish,
Yeah, those
the
are
killifish.
A lot cooler than I thought.
I had the dwarfs. Oh, the koi swordtails.
Okay.
And then, that's pretty good. It's pretty small. I brought in quantity, so until I get my federal permit, that's when it's just kind of to hold everybody
And
over.
are you working on your next list already?
Oh, it's already done.
It's done already.
It's done. It's waiting for
It's
it to
constant
be-
work. You always gotta look into like what's next.
Oh yeah.
So how do you do it? Like, do you kind of like decide yourself like what you want to bring in based on like what people ask you, and then you kind of have to decide like is there enough interest? Like, there's a lot
Well,
of-
I mean, I delivered to Big Island. I delivered to Maui. I delivered to Kauai, Lanai City. So
Okay.
I got the outer islands. Oahu, I don't really, out of respect to the main importer here, I don't touch nowhere in Oahu.
I
And plus,
see. I see.
you know, I mean,
So you're talking about the stores on the
yeah.
Connor.
Oh, we got all the guests today.
Yeah. Also, you like Stacy's Pets on the Big Island? All
Yeah,
that
so
stuff.
Stacey Urasaki is one of my accounts. Jordan Scott Kawachi, Jordan's Pets and Plants on Hilo. And then I actually just got another account in Prince Kuhilo Mall in Hilo Town. I'm not too sure what the dad's place is called. It's right outside the entrance of right on the entrance of one of the, it's Prince Kuhilo shopping mall is pretty big. So I got them, and then in Maui is the pet shop. So now a lot of these guys are very happy that I'm back because
Yeah. I am.
Stacy.
That was a long year. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I don't know if you mind telling everyone what happened.
Okay. So in 2018, I got sick with viral meningitis, and I ended up in the hospital in severe condition. I was put in the ICU for, I think, more than half this year. I think in 2 days. I remember probably correctly. and I ended up in the hospital for a week, and I've been recovering ever since. I had to learn everything all over again, which put me out of commission and really set back a lot of things for a lot of people. So Jesse, you had to get your own permit.
Yeah. Got my own permit.
A lot of people had to get their own permit to bring in their fishes. So it set back a lot of things. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are very happy that I'm back. I'm gonna do not so much full blown like how I was doing before, where it's like, oh my god, what?
There was a lot of people. It was busy at his house on the weekend. Sometimes I was like, oh, I have to wait long just to get my fish.
99. I would go like this. Here, Jesse, here's your container. Go get your fish.
It's a one-man show.
But it was good because you guys got to pick out the fishes you guys want. So.
Okay, go inside. You're disruptive. Say bye.
And you're starting to do it again.
Yeah, I'm doing it again. So on a very small scale right now.
So where do you operate?
I operate out of my play style. We have an outside. Actually, my landlord, he actually built me an outside area.
Oh, that's good.
I think we calculated it was 12 feet by 4 feet. No, 3.5 feet deep. So there's all 20 longs. I have a middle rack of 29s, 329 gallons, but the rest is all 20 long. I'm just thinking about switching it all to 29. All 20 longs.
Okay.
And then the cubes that I had over there downstairs. And then my other side is going to be like a much smaller tank, like 10 gallons and stuff like that. So I'm looking at, including the tubs and everything, it's probably going to be roughly about 30, almost 40 tanks again.
Okay, that's enough. That's good. That's good.
Still on a large scale, but not as bad. I'm trying to just wind it down.
And it's on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
No. So Monday through Thursday, I operate between 10 a.m. to 4:30, and then the weekends, Saturdays I put 10 to 4:30, and then Sundays I think 10 to 4:30. I was thinking another day off. I think it was Sunday, but I just made do it because a lot of people got flippy floppy.
Yeah, weekends are important for.
Like, there's a store in Oahu that they close on Sunday, and that's you guys know which one, I think. But I mean, that's bad business. I feel because the weekends is where everyone goes. Yeah,
it's a family run business.
Maybe we can go Thursday or
or Monday.
Okay, anyways, moving on. I just want to answer this question real fast because this was a while ago. Okay. Any hookups for Japanese Medakas? So I have 5. I'm currently trying to breed them. The only place. Well, can you get them in?
Yeah, we can get them in. They're pretty sturdy.
The platinums.
I just gotta look. I gotta actually look on my Germany list. I think a lot of you
from Germany.
Well, a lot of you guys probably would see it on the internet. You guys probably saw it on the internet. So Aquarium Glacier. You guys saw that little banner, Aquarium Glacier. It's a lot. If you search for a lot of fishes, a lot of exotic fishes, they'll pop up. That's the main picture, like the top of the line picture, it's the top view picture. So Aquarium Glacier is my German supplier.
Oh, okay.
So they have a lot of McDonald's. So they have the yellow, the Yakatoshi or something like that. There's the fleeing reds and
oh wow.
So there's quite a bit of them.
So because in Japan they have black ones, long fins, the balloon ones.
Yeah, there's the balloons. So I'm not a balloon fan. I'm not.
Me either.
Yeah, I felt sorry for you. One time you bought in those balloon what do you call those? Those rainbow.
Oh,
the Bosmanis.
No.
The Bosmanis.
Yeah,
no one did. I'll get it.
Wait, but they came out nice.
They're pretty cool. Yeah. It's actually pretty cool. They're still in my tank upstairs.
But
one fish I really want you to get is those Tsunomugo melanis.
Oh, the yellow ones.
I think you could ever get those in? And I think they're illegal too.
They're illegal to take out of Australia.
Yeah, I know. Anything out of Australia is no.
You would have to find a personal a breeder.
Yeah. There is people that would export it out of there, but
that would be wrong.
Yeah,
that's messing with on a federal level.
I
wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to try and take a native fish.
But it's probably okay to get it from a breeder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if somebody already has it, like the Canelis and Melis and Senador, the Laris or something, that's the Brachys. That's a saltwater one. Yeah, there's actually a pseudo.
I seen that
I
one.
want a brackish.
I didn't
Oh,
look at
The Sanador,
I look-
Sanador or something.
I want that one. I
Like
would
I
want
said,
that
a
one.
turbo
You can
side.
find them.
It looks interesting.
Mudskipper. Aquascape. Oh, that's the only store that recently is brought in the Medaka rice fish, the Aquascapes. You know, and the price has gone down, so it's good. Like and they usually bring in nice ones. You know, all the ones that I had survived, so they're all healthy, which is good. But a while ago, Aquascapes was the one that had that brackish water rainbows in their mudskipper tank. They
Yeah.
used to have a mudskipper display tank, and they had that rainbows. I thought it was super
Really?
nice. Yeah, super nice.
So the
It was
fins
before
is
they moved.
blue.
Yeah.
There's like a nice, it has a nice blue sheen to it. You know, like how a lot of people would say Pascais or the Luminalis.
Yeah.
The Luminalis is more
They're
the red
actually,
one.
they're actually different species, I heard.
Yeah, no, well, everybody thinks it's a different species.
But
They're
they have
actually,
like different number of rays.
Yeah.
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to be
It's a different collection point. That's
Mhm.
what basically what it is. So I mean,
But
like
they're similar enough. They look the same.
Yeah,
You
so
cannot tell.
you go into like the Pseudacanthus, you know, the plecos. I mean, pretty much all the Pseudacanthus, the Titanics, the leopard, the L114, the cactus plecos, you know, those they're all the same, basically the same genus and species, just a different collection point. You know, and with a different collection point, there's a
Just a
slight
variance. Basically.
yeah, there's a slight difference in the genetic pool, but it's like little bit over the 10% that they don't consider to keep it within the same
I
genus
see,
and
I see.
species. So it's a little bit above, so they put it into another species.
This is what he's drinking.
Someone asked that. No. It's
Oh, not that. Oh. Okay. All right. Next one. How long does it take to upkeep your tanks?
I'll keep my tanks. Are we talking about Jesse or me?
I don't know. I just copy and paste the question, so I guess it's all of us.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I come home, that's all I do. Until I go sleep.
Nah.
It's not that bad.
I mean, for me, it is a lot. It takes up a bunch of time cleaning it. You know, like feeding all the fish. Especially now I get my pipe fish. That
And
takes
that's
up
when
the
you get a lot of
majority.
problems.
I don't really think of it as like work though. It's just like
No,
part of
it's
my
fun.
routine.
It's
It's
fun.
like that, feed
And I
all
like
my
it.
fish.
And it's cool seeing like anything new changes. Like I see eggs here. You know, do I see like just like moving things around in my aquascape, making it look nicer. You know, just seeing the improvements of everything. So it is. It's not work. It's fun. You know, it's play.
Absolutely.
You know, the only thing that sucks is cleaning the tanks. But you know. All right. So
You guys want to know my honest to God uptime and maintenance?
Yeah.
My honest to God truth?
Yeah.
I think I've done water change maybe twice in the whole entire year. In the 7 months I've been at my
So you don't water change very often. I'm kind of like that actually.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I mean,
I'm kind of like that.
Me too.
if you wanna okay,
Me too.
Because a lot of mine are planted, so like I feel like I don't need to. I mean, the water stays pretty clean.
So yeah, that's me too. Like unless I specifically see a problem, I won't do it too much.
well I mean the thing about why I don't do it, I want the denitrifying bacteria to start to kick itself in.
Yeah.
So I want the gravel, the substrate to not be touched. And doing water change, you siphoning over the top, the thing starts putting up all the doo-doo and stuff like that. It's
And
like,
you show chlorine in the water.
yeah, and you're killing off the bacteria. So, I mean, like I said, I probably done my water change like 2 times.
Okay. I do it more than that. I do that like maybe every other week or so.
But I'm starting out the importing again. So it's gonna be a little bit, maybe like a once every 2 weeks, or maybe once every month.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay. That's
I
still
think
less than me actually.
I think the tank like where I feel like I have to do water changes is my salt water.
Yes, me too.
Because for those who don't know, it's a 25 gallon, but I say it's 30. It looks a little bigger than 25. It's a 30 gallon. I say it's a 30 gallon saltwater tank, and I don't have much in there right now. I'm actually looking to go with him collecting to get some stuff. We're gonna try.
But like if you don't change water, you see like the soft corals going.
Oh
back.
yeah, that's
So
right.
that's what kind of drives you to change all that.
Right,
Okay,
so,
because
like-
they'll come right back up.
Right, like I have one sand anemone in there, and it's like it closes up if it's not doing
Yeah, it
water
doesn't look
changes.
happy.
And yeah, so actually tomorrow I'm gonna have to do water changes, and when I do, it just opens up and it like doubles in size.
I know that
So,
like there's a lot of people on the mainland who don't ever do water changes. They just dose. I would like to like kinda learn how they do that.
yeah,
because
I know.
I hate changing
Prolific's
someone.
one to you know.
prolific heat.
so he
So
says,
like, I don't know if he changes.
I want to do a skimmer, but I don't know if I can put it because I have a fluval accent.
and he uses a fusion too.
Yeah, so that's what I want to add. But I have a fluval accent. That's the tank, the kit tank I have, and the thing covers the whole thing.
I
So
would
it's
put
not
it
like I
on
can.
medium.
You do.
Yeah,
Do you
bare-
use it?
No.
Okay.
I put it on for sale. I wasn't using
Actually,
it.
I sold one once because I got it for free from someone. And
That
I
20
think my
long,
dad
actually, I built it.
sold it. Oh yeah.
I built my 20 long.
Mm.
The 40
In
degree
fact,
one.
I don't know if you saw my 60-gallon cube upstairs.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it's
It's all
drilled,
included.
so I need to I was
Oh,
like, I
that
might as well
one.
put a fusion on that one.
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like maybe I'll build a stand and then put it on the bottom.
Well, I got my when you guys come over, the next whatever you want to pick up fields, you can probably see my 60. I think mine's is bigger than yours. I think it's like a 80, 75, 80 cube.
Damn. Yeah, that's a
Remember
big
the one that I had by my front door, the empty one that I had there for the longest time?
I don't know.
Like
I
super
don't-
nice
I don't
one?
remember.
I never been to your.
So it's empty
I
then.
Yeah, it was
you're
empty.
not
I wasn't-
using-
I
you're
wasn't
still not
using
using it right now.
No, I filled it up with water. So I'm just gonna let it cycle.
Okay, all right.
Empty tanks.
It's been okay. We gotta hurry up because we're only doing this for like 21 minutes.
Just 20 more minutes. That's a long time.
We only did. Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
get
yeah.
another question. Do you have a favorite plant?
Oh, yeah.
Are you into plants?
Yeah, he is.
No, I am.
Yeah.
I'm into plants. You know what? But that's the one thing I sucked at. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, that's the one thing I sucked at
Mm.
is planted tanks. I mean, I see a lot of beautiful tanks out there. You
Mm.
know, like Dutchscapes, Gobies. You know, I see them all.
Or do you play in CO2 or no?
No, I do. I
Yeah.
have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 CO2 tanks.
Right now.
I have
Wow. I did
3
not know
5
that.
pounds and 1 20 pound.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I do have one with pressurized CO2. I mean, it's basically a low tech plant with a Phoenix LED light, bunch of ground plants, moss. I'm more of a moss kind of fern kind of guy.
I love mosses
You were
too.
into boosters for a while, yeah.
No, I was. You know what? Boosters. It was always like it
It's
was
a
something
trend.
just.
A lot of people like it.
I just grab it and throw it in. So I mean, the boosting that I was doing was it was extras from like what people wanted. So they wouldn't want a whole bunch of stuff. They would like, you know, they want a portion of what a whole auction would be. So I would get the auction, I would win it, and then I would split it with them. You know, I would
What
charge
auction
them.
is this?
The HMV one. You're in there.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hans and-
I just joined someone. I don't know.
Didn't I add you to it, or was
No,
it?
someone from the mainland.
Oh, okay.
I
So
just
Hans
found
and
out.
Jenny. So yeah, I get a lot of boosters from Jenny West. So she has great prices. I was gonna bring in boosters myself from Indo, but I mean, why?
I was tempted. I saw those like really big
The
baskets,
baskets,
and
yeah.
like
I-
$100. And like,
Bro, it was 120.
that looks
and-
worth it.
no, yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
is,
like the
yeah.
square. It's
It
the
is, yeah.
rectangular. You know, I think it's like what, like 6x9.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 6x9 basket. So I mean, that's pretty.
I just don't know what I would do with all of that.
Sell them, resell
Sell
them,
'em?
resell them.
Pay for your hobby.
Yeah.
Give me the rest of the month.
You sound for me. Okay, what's next?
How did you go about finding your overseas
Liaisons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Yes, you
shippers.
can.
Okay.
Is it like
So-
trans shippers, I guess?
No. So I got direct connect.
Okay.
So basically, I would be the trans shipper now because I cut out all the middlemen. So I don't go through Seagrass. I don't go through NIAS. So I got my own broker. I go through customs. I have a federal and state permit.
Okay.
So it's all legitimate. It comes directly from Indonesia. to Hawaii.
Okay.
How
So your contacts are with someone in Indonesia.
Yeah, so it's got a direct farm or the direct exporter.
Okay.
So
okay.
in Indo, I deal with the biggest exporter in Indonesia.
Oh.
Okay. In Germany, I deal with the biggest exporter in Germany. So I was fortunate to come across and stumble across these guys, and they're very nice. They're very workable. Dealing with overseas people, and I mean, I think Jesse would vouch. I mean, being a social person, it was very easy to talk to them and get their automatic, oh yeah, we can help you kind of thing, and
Yep.
and then it was very easy. It was very easy to contact. I had some contacts in like Thailand and stuff like that I was trying to contact, and once I got the feel of the fishiness, I stopped. That was all connections. I stopped. I stopped all communication.
So like, how do you get the list of like? How do you know what they're selling? Is it?
So what I would do is I would directly contact them. I do my research. I would look at their reviews. I would look at people's comments. I would look at the kind of stock list they have, and I would ask them, can you give me a stock list?
Yes.
I mean, if their stock list is only like 1-2 pages long, it's not worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, to make it worth the while to bring it in from international waters.
So you rather work with someone who has a big stock.
Yeah, you want somebody with at least several pages full.
Because otherwise you have to work with so many individual people.
Because you got to bring in 5 boxes, and 5 boxes. Yeah, and I mean you got to bring in at least.
Why not just 1 box? Why is it 5 boxes?
Because I mean you're paying for 1 box, according to the way you did it mathematically. 1 box is about $10 per kilogram. Okay. So that's 2.2 pounds. So if 1 box weighs 40 pounds, that's $400 for that. But 40 pounds, $10, yeah, that's $400 for just that 1 box.
Just for the shipping. Box or plus the fish? Or like
it's
included?
No, it's for the shipping. 400 for shipping.
Just for the shipping. Yeah.
So that's
a lot.
Yeah, no. But then once I order 5, it drops. It cuts in half. It's like less than $5 a kilogram.
Okay.
So you rather get the $5, less than $5 a kilogram, or $10 a kilogram.
So that's when it becomes more worth it.
It's more worth it that way.
Okay.
And to order 200 of 1 fish versus.
So 5 times. So is it like 2,000 per?
No. It depends on the size of the fish. So different size fishes vary. So if you got a bigger type of fish, that fish could take 1 bag.
Yeah.
So I rather get a bunch of smaller fishes for a lot of people to grow out, because it'll come out way more cheaper.
Yeah.
So once you do the math and break it down and everything, it comes out way more cheaper to split it up. It's shipping wise that way. Yeah. Than to order 1 fish for $400 shipping. 1 fish is gonna take that maximum amount of the weight.
So would you say there is like a certain species that's your bread and butter, like a small species that?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of people that always. I mean, everybody in some time in their life would want clown roaches. That is like the bread
clown roaches is pretty much the bread and butter.
Yeah. So my upcoming shipment that's coming, the first shipment from Indonesia that I'm bringing in is 200 clown roaches.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Interesting.
So have you ever can you ever bring in mud skippers?
Yeah. That's easy.
So please do.
Please do. Because
I'm running low.
Yeah, me too. I don't have any anymore. All mine died already.
Yeah, so mine's only would be the graceful mud skipper. So I think you guys had the African mud skipper.
I have an Indian.
Well, you had the Indian.
I had the African ones.
Okay. So I have the graceful mud skipper.
What's that?
That sounds interesting.
I gotta look up the scientific name. I can look it up.
But it's not the Indian one.
No, I don't think.
Do you know what the color of the dorsal fin is? Like,
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Because I like the Indian ones because their dorsal fin, when they flare,
their personality too.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
True.
What's up, Kendo?
Okay, next question. And I guess this goes for. I guess you can all answer this one. What is 1 fish that's legal in Hawaii that we would personally avoid raising?
That's a good question.
There's quite a bit of fish that's legal that I would avoid breeding.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're
same here.
Well, you guys are on a breeding scale and doing the YouTube and your projects and stuff. I would just basically stay away from like, the typical corporate kind of, like Petco fishes down here. Like your really common um, um, South American cichlids. You know, what else is really common inside of the glow tetras, glowfish.
I have those right there.
Well, you ain't breeding it; it's only for show.
That's-
So
that's
I
for
mean, those
content.
kind of things. Like I mean, you got some good stuff. So you got like the pygmy sunfish.
Mhm.
Those are like
So
stuff
I
that
think
is-
you're saying is what's kind of common and easy to get. That's what you stay away from. Is
yeah.
it
What I stay away from is what corporate would get.
like big box stores.
yeah, big box stores kind of thing.
Like, why-
corporate
why
companies and
Zebra,
stuff like that.
Daniel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why breed like like neon tetras when there's so many other options?
It would be
You
good
just
to
like things that's more unique or
Right.
harder to get.
it would be good to do that if you were on a large acreage of farm. I mean, that's my end goal.
Oh, like if you're like a seagrass farm kind of thing, like-
Not me. I mean, not really seagrass farm. If you just I mean, you got money, you got time, you got nothing else to do, but just money's not of an essence to you,
Mhm.
kind of thing. Get a big acreage out in North Shores, kind of thing, and just start setting up for production. Then go ahead. Yeah, Zebra Daniels. Neon Tetras, those kind of things. Go for it. But
CPDs would be cool if to produce them in mass, right?
they're easy to produce in mass.
In mass?
Yeah, they're easy to produce. Put it in your ponds.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing-
That's
that's-
right. If,
oh, yeah.
One thing he's gonna in a couple months, are you gonna do a presentation?
Yeah, so it'll be the Pseudomugos, and I'm going to
August-
point out the
August
30
2nd.
gallon
Oh, you
shout out to that Jesse couldn't do.
I finally got one baby,
Well, because you putting them out.
just one.
One day.
Yeah. So I'm putting them. Out.
Wait, the Gertrude bred faster. Than
The
the
treaty
Pseudo.
was easier. Yeah, I have 2 babies.
Your wife is also breeding the fugatas, yeah?
Yeah, she has like 9 babies. Okay, so
Okay, all right.
maybe it's just me.
Let's go over to this one. Just want to ask that. Okay, well, hold on, I'm sorry.
What is the
Wow.
most important tip to keep fish healthy?
So my thing is, most important thing for fish keeping to keep fish healthy and alive is basically don't panic and let your tank cycle the way it properly needs to be
Mhm.
cycled. People, I mean, a lot of us, even for me, even when I see like, something wrong, like fin rot, I sometimes for myself, I misdiagnose it, and it's something as simple as putting Malachi green inside. I mean that's the easiest way, and I mean a lot of us, I think, when we start seeing things like pop eye or holding head, we automatically do water changes. We're like, we start panicking because we're thinking the water's dirty, the quality's bad, but
You're thinking the medication of
Yes,
what you put in
because-
is more important than water.
yes, and going like, no, there's heavy hitters like tetracycline and erythromycin. Okay, these things are all antibiotic steroids.
Hmm.
But something as so mild as a dye, as Malachi green or methylene blue with addition formalin inside, is 10 times better than, because with the antibiotics you destroy all the bacteria in the water,
Okay.
good
Okay.
or bad. You're destroying all of it. And what a lot of myself too, when I was starting on, and I didn't learn this stuff overnight, was that we always get secondary infections. So never internally or very detrimental to the fish. We always get very shallow kind of secondary bacterial and fungus infections.
What does that mean? Like whatever you see is happening is not the primary problem? Is that-
No. So secondary meaning it's not as, like a laceration kind of. It's not inside.
Okay,
So
that's
it's
what
all
you mean.
surface kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like it's all secondary.
I see.
Fin rot, it's all secondary.
Okay.
Okay. Cloud mouth, cotton mouth.
Mm.
It's all
I've
secondary.
had all of those things.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's all secondary stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, you obviously in the forums and stuff like that, because you're always on Facebook. Well, not as much as it used to be, but you always see me commenting, super cure, super cure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, so I use the powder. I buy it by the powder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Powder seems to be more potent than liquid.
Is that the API one?
Yes.
Okay.
I have that.
Yeah, so the powder is better than
But
the liquid.
then you mix it with water and then
No, you just dump it
it
right
straight
in.
in water.
powder inside.
Yeah, it comes with the scooper inside.
Oh,
Well, the big jar that
I have the packet, so I just open up a package.
Yeah.
just
And
dump it in.
it clears up like that.
Oh, yeah.
So like a lot of people like, I'm like Doctor Fish guy, So a lot of people come to me like a lot of people. I had one person that's not on Facebook, and they would just text me like, "Hey, Shane, my arrow's tail is like shredded. He's like missing like 3/4 of his tail. He's darting back and forth kind of thing. He's really skittish." And I'm like, you know what? Try Super It Care first. Don't try all this Melafix, Pimafix.
I tried those. I have some right here.
No, but Pimafix and Melafix is a more mild. Yeah, it's a mild stuff.
Even like it cured a Popeye in one of my
Yeah, I mean it's a good. Melaleuca is a very good Melafix. So Melaleuca is the main ingredient. It's a very good product or an active ingredient inside the medication for a very mild kind of stuff. My thing is just beneficial bacteria and don't panic.
Okay.
That's my two.
Keep the bacteria going.
Yes.
Don't kill the cycle.
Don't kill the cycle.
That's good advice.
Antibiotics. I mean, our fish thrive on beneficial bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
That's their thing. That's what creates their slime coat that protects them.
Mm.
We strip that of them with the antibiotics and steroids.
They lose their like immune system pretty much.
Yeah, and so basically you're just opening it up for primary infections.
Okay.
That would be my word of advice.
All right, let's see. Oh, I just read that one. All right, this is the last question.
Oh, and a few. Actually, just get to the ones that people ask first.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. You can ask.
Have you ever visited any of like the overseas farm people?
No, you know what? It's always been my dream to, but my first contact was when I started doing this on a big scale. I actually wanted to meet my accounts first. So nobody's a customer to me. I consider everybody a friend or a client, and I want to be personable with people. I want to be social with people. I want to get to know the person. I want to get to know the people I'm dealing with, because it's better to know somebody face to face rather than over the phone, because you can always hide things from, your person.
Mm-hmm.
People call them customers. I call them clients. I like to call people clients because I look at the long-term goal versus the short-term. You know what I'm saying? So I've never traveled to the overseas. My goal is to start off locally to meet my accounts and keep my relationship going here, and eventually one day take a nice good vacation that I can enjoy. Enjoy it. That's what I want to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll be work.
Yeah. So I don't want it to be work. I want it to be enjoyable, and I come back and I want to do work.
But like Miles, doesn't he go to like Thailand?
But it's always.
What does he do there?
Okay, so Miles goes for 3 times a year for acupuncture. He has bad carpal tunnel, so he goes. Yeah, so he goes for that. So while he's going to relax, he's going to work.
Oh, so he orders fish while he's there.
Yeah, and which is I give him, and he was my mentor. But I give him a lot of respect because he handpicks the fish. He's like 50 of this, 25 of that, 100 of this.
Because that's what I thought he just originally did that for. Like he just went there, can't buy this, he buys the bags and ships them back.
So I found out that he went there for acupuncture. He had a bad carpal tunnel.
Interesting.
And he goes and he treats his carpal tunnel for every 3 times a year, and it lasts that long. He says. So he's got it down to a T. So
can't you find someone locally?
Yeah. No, he said things up there is amazing.
What's up, JH?
Joseph. Okay. And what is our parameters here?
We talked about this, Jesse.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody here is even such a small island, and a lot of mainland people won't believe this. Everybody thinks Hawaii is such a tropical and perfect state. I mean, but we're not. We have problems. I mean, I live in Kali. My parameter is prime. I'm going like 7.0 with 220 TDS, and my water is prime. And I can go lower than that. I mean, you got places like low residential area that are cranking at 8.0 pH.
Yeah.
And that's like on hop, skip, and jump from it
Where is that?
in Kaneohe.
In Kaneohe?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like even
Mine is
Trevor.
7.4 over here.
Yeah. So Trevor was having a big problem with, his TDS and his pH was good, but there was something in that water that the treatment plant was
once in a while they dump chlorine.
Well, no,
without
see,
telling
okay, I used to work for the city. So I used to deal with border water supply, different departments of the city. So border water supply, every time we have a big heavy rainfall or a consistent shower of X amount of rainfall that rises in our reservoir, our water plants, our collection areas, they dump after the couple of tons of chemical chlorines and
so like recently they must have done it.
So they recently done it. So now, well, they haven't done it yet.
So what would you advise to like not change water after heavy rain?
Yeah, I would advise a lot of our local guys not to do a water change after a heavy rainfall, like especially like now.
So how long after, like how long is that like wait period to not do a water change?
I would say at least a week.
Okay.
So take an extra week.
Okay, so I should do a water change for my saltwater tank this week then.
Well, you can go to Salt Lake. I mean, you can go to Sand Island and get your water, so that's not a problem. That's
fresh water.
For freshwater purposes.
I've never done that. I'm too lazy.
Yeah, me too. I just make my own.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, like, see, I did 5 water changes in my shrimp tank, and I've never done water changes for like once. Yeah. So this is like the first time I did 5 water changes for my 5 tanks. And then
you mean you did it recently?
Yeah, I just did it but I was collecting rainwater because the water was
rainwater.
Yeah. So that would be my one advice. Instead of doing water changes with tap water,
collect rainwater.
Collect the rainwater and use it, because a lot of us, in places, I mean, unless you live in an apartment, utilize the rainwater. A lot of us got gutters.
Especially certain fish appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of fish appreciate it.
Not guppies.
Guppies don't care.
Same person. What if you age your water?
Aging your water, there is a lot of.
I think that works out. Doesn't the chlorine just gas out?
You can gas it out, but if I would age my water, I would actually put an air stone inside, because I mean, aging your water, I mean, you're gonna get mosquito larvae, and you're gonna have mosquito problems.
I need that. And feed my pigfish.
Oh yeah, you can feed your pigfish.
Oh, you feed your pigfish that? I just get them branch up.
Yeah, and my on my baddest they eat that too.
That I mean, you could age it, but I mean, it's basically like raising saltwater fish. I mean, I was taught by a very, very good expert in saltwater. I mean, I'm not a saltwater expert. Sorry, I suck at saltwater.
So you've kept saltwater before?
Well, I had the clownfish in front of the house at one point.
Oh, okay.
And I had them. Oh, they were going for a while. So, but I got rid of them. I didn't want them. I just didn't want the excess of going to collect saltwater and stuff like that. But
I'm about to set up another saltwater tank.
All right.
I don't know why.
How do you feel about feeding your fish live insects, specifically since your tanks are in your covered lanai?
That's for you.
That's what I do. In fact, I use mosquitoes and larvae.
When I had my archer fish, any like spider.
When I had the clouded archers and the bandits, I had the banded archers. They would eat the termites that used to fly over the light.
Yeah, it's cool. You leave the light on, leave the cover off. And
I mean, as long as you're not shooting pesticide or raid or something out here,
that's something else I want you to see if you can bring me in. The
clouded archers.
Yeah. I don't want the brackish no more. I want the clouded. Just freshwater is much easier for me at this point.
He's still earning fish.
I ordered like 10 fish from him already.
But it is 8:00. Let's. I think we're gonna tie this up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Any last minute questions?
Yeah, and we're waiting for you.
Do it now, because.
Okay, so I guess this is the final question. It's a good overall wrap up. Well, what are your personal thoughts of the aquarium industry in Hawaii, and like, do you think it's going in the right direction?
You know what? Honestly, the aquarium industry it's not what it used to be. There's too much throat to throat competition. Once a new person comes in, the old time, whoever the old timer is gets that's been controlling the market gets big-headed and starts to, really do manipulative things that's really negative, and everybody gotta, like we say, everybody gotta, everybody gotta make their money. Everybody gotta support their hobby, when Jesse's selling his guppies, I don't go over here and go tell his guys, hey, don't buy his guppies, junk. I can get you better ones. That's the kind of things we getting, and I don't think it's going to go in the right direction because that's just going to allow more pet codes, more pet smarts. And for you mainland guys that are tuning into this, there's nothing wrong with pet core or pet smart. Here it's gonna really confine us to what's approved on the list, and if a lot of the mainland suppliers that Petco and PetSmart are going through are not going to help do the research or help agriculture do the research to make sure the fish can come in, we're kind of screwed, kind of thing. So the industry is not going where it should be going. There's a lot of cutthroat
a few bad seeds. Just
it's ruining it for a lot of people. It's dividing the communities.
That's sad.
And there's nothing wrong. Like I was just, this one guy just jumped in just like maybe about a couple weeks ago. His name is Rob Mason. He's doing flower horns and koi betas, and we talked. And I was giving him a little bit pointers about how to, bring in fish, what kind of quality, kind of keep the prices a little bit low,
So you was giving him advice on
how to bring it. And still be able to make money for himself,
right,
because he wasn't expecting to be a like me.
So he wanted to import things and then sell it
because he didn't see some good quality flowers. He didn't see a lot of good quality koi betas. And if he was going to bring in one beta for himself, why not bring in 10 for everybody? Right. And turn it into, a little side business kind of thing.
Okay, so that's good.
So he had a good business mentality. He's very open-minded. And now he's getting heat. He's getting heat. He's getting reports on Facebook.
Because Facebook is trying to crack down on that.
No, he doesn't even. What Facebook is showing them is nudity and drugs and violence. That's what they're reporting for. But it's not Facebook. It's not auto flagging him. Somebody is actually reporting him.
I see.
And that's where the sad part about it is that, people get greedy. They get the taste of that money and they get greedy. And they want to take
I wonder if there's someone else selling koi betas and flowers or something.
Oh no! I just brought in I brought in the Nemo koi betas just recently. He was bringing in females, so I messaged him and I said, you know what, bro?
What do you mean Nemo?
Nemo is red and yellows, red and yellow koi beta placats.
Okay.
So
interesting.
So I made him a deal. We came to I don't have to do it, but to allow him to start up and make something of himself, I allowed him to take this off my shoulders, kind of thing.
Right.
And I was hearing that a couple of people are looking for males, so they was asking me like, "Hey Shane, can you bring in koi beta males?" I said, "Oh yeah, sure." So I saw the Nemos and I was just like wowed by it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not a beta fan. Like I said, I like my wild types, the macros.
Right.
But so I messaged him. I told him, hey Rob, you know what? I want to check with you if it's okay. If you want to buy these from me in wholesale and you sell them, and put a little bit of money in your pocket, for kind of thing. He was like, oh, let me talk to my brother, and that's how the industry should be, kind of thing. For
Just
here,
help each other out.
Yeah, I come to you. I like that. Most of the time you're like, oh. Like today, you guys buy, I bring you fish for you guys, and I was like, 50 cents.
What's different? Like you paid for them. Like if I breed something, it's like I never paid for this. Like,
Yeah,
a little bit different.
Well, I brought you the tree of the midgets.
Yeah. Those are cool. Yeah, like he bought me these. You know how I breed those Dumbo red mosaic guppies. He has like a miniature version of them.
Yeah,
like half the size. You guys will see them soon. But it is like 10 after 8 o'clock. So I think we're gonna tie this up. What is there a last question?
Someone wants to buy some guppies from you.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you can send me an email. I think if you go on my about page, you can see my email address. And also follow this guy. What's your channel?
Aquaconcepts Hawaii. So I'm on there. I'm not really a YouTuber, so excuse me if you guys don't see videos for like months or weeks.
But you should. You have a lot of knowledge. So
I know. I mean, and I'm continuously learning everybody. No, nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. This is a little word of advice. Yeah, nobody's right or wrong in this industry. Nobody in the hobby, especially. We all share different experiences. Whatever works for you is what's gonna be your key success. Just taking everything what Jesse does. I do Aquascape 101 over here. Carson does. Take it as a guideline and implement your own kind of thing to figure out what's working for you, kind of thing. Trials and tribulations. That's the best. Experience is the best way to deal with things. Just using the knowledge of others as a guideline.
Right on.
Okay. I got a copy of your email real fast. Oh, should you write down your email? Real fast.
Okay. Let me just.
It's on your about page.
I was just about to end the stream, and he tells me I have to share my.
Yeah, you gotta put in your about page.
It's on my about page. It is. It doesn't work on the mobile. You have to go on the regular website. But thanks for everyone for coming. Yeah. Thanks Shane.
Thank you guys for allowing me to be here.
Carson. Yeah. Hope you guys had fun. See you guys on the next one.
Aloha.